All right, your next comic coming to the stage is a lady. Put your hands together for Ms. Katja Gotcha.
Hey guys, so good to be here. No, I'm not Joan Rivers. I always forget when I get dressed for comedy, right? But neither are you, my all-male, all-gay audience. I always want it. Compromises, people, compromises, like life. I'm known as Albuquerque's original broke-ass comedian. I'm like the broke-ass comedian of this freaking nation, alright? I went skydiving once. No, actually like 59 times. And at night, because you know, skydiving during the day is so boring. So when skydiving at night, I jump out of a perfectly good working airplane. Cliche, I know, such a fucking cliche. And parachute didn't open, and I broke my ass at 70 miles an hour. Yeah, thank you. And people are like, I can't believe you survived. It's a miracle. And I'm like, no, the miracle is that my booty is cuter than some women who did not break their booty. That's the real miracle, as I am in front of you today. All right, so the more I'm here, the longer I live in Albuquerque, the more I'm like, you know what, people? We are in the Detroit of the Southwest. This is the Detroit of the Southwest. And I say that with love in my heart because I used to live in Motor City. 4 years after living in Detroit, I looked around and I'm like, you know what? This shit is not downtrodden enough. I'm gonna move to Socorro, Nuevo Mexico, to a cute little barrio in a mobile home essay. I know, that's how much I love Motor City. So I have like the best of both worlds, right? It's like Detroit with good weather and crazier people. Way crazier. So I love Albuquerque. The only problem in Albuquerque, of course, is the dating, right? Dating in Albuquerque is hard. It's actually, dating in Albuquerque is so hard, I should have never broken up with my Tinder stalker. That's how hard it is here. But I don't give up. I found this thing called speed dating. That's where I drive my power wheelchair at 6 miles an hour. Sometimes I hit some speed bumps and I'm like, oh, it could be a body, it could be a date, who knows. Sometimes it's the same thing. But I've decided to use my life and my power wheelchair for good, right? To fight evil. And so once in a while I go around at 6 miles an hour and I just bitch slap bad drivers. Downtown Albuquerque, you know what that gives you? Criminal summons when they press charges. And guess what? The judge is like, that's battery. And I'm like, no. I'm Dutch. Don't put a wool over my eyes. I'm sure the American judicial system has justice. And there's a small category called bitch slapping, right? No. And I wasn't prepared to go to Metro Detention, you know. I've never kissed a girl. Haven't seen Orange is the New Black. What's gonna happen if I like it? Plus, I'm really vulnerable in my shower seat. Yeah. Plus, I you know, if all goes well, I have to sell my power wheelchair and buy a Subaru. Start shopping at a farmer's market, and I'm a Walmart girl. This is no good. He didn't show up. I went to criminal court. He didn't show up. The cop didn't show up. I say, whoo. Anyway, yeah, like jumping out of a plane without a working parachute is ouch. So the trauma helicopter was taking me up, right, and trying to save my life. And I'm like, no, I've lived in this new body for like 5 minutes. I'm over it. This isn't going to end well. And then I thought, you know, as you're dying, you have these profound thoughts. And I was like, date rape. While I was dying with an oxygen mask, I thought, date rape, not the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Small blessings, silver linings. And then I spent a year in a spinal cord clinic, and they kicked me out of rehab, out of spinal cord rehab, like a month early. And I'm like, what did I do? You smuggled in some hash. Who doesn't smuggle in some hash when you're in spinal cord rehab, right? Come on, we look like friendly, sympathetic people. You would have done the same. Anyway, I don't give up with dating. I still do the Tinder thing. Although comedians in Albuquerque, they always puzzle. I'll sit in the audience like you lovely people in my wheelchair, and they're like, hey you, does everything work below the waist? And I'm like, oh, yeah, works below the waist is my Tinder handle. I'm just kidding. My Tinder handle is sex on wheels. So I met this guy, and things are going well. He's spanking me, and I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Because I'd never been spanked before. I was like, oh, let me see. So he flips me over, he's spanking me, and apparently really hard, because I hear the slaps, and he's spanking and spanking and spanking. And I was getting bored. I was like, I want to turn around and tell him what's up. And I was like, dude, I'm not feeling it. And yeah. And if you want to do some daddy shit, just flip me over and punch me in the face. So my husband and I lived in a cute little mobile home in a little barrio in Socorro, right? And 2 years into our marriage, he's like, you've got to give it to me, babe. Actually, he calls me his saucy Hollandaise, because I'm Dutch, right? Get it? Saucy Hollandaise. And he's like, I want your number. I was like, and we were both in advanced calculus, so I was like, yeah, I knew the number he meant. And how weird is it that I wasn't even embarrassed, but I don't know my number. I do not know my number. And I was like, honey, would it be okay if you're like my 16th? And he's like, 16th what? And then I went, uh-oh, I forgot my 2 Spanish date rapes. You're my 17th. My 17th what? Nationality. I moved to Paris when I was really young, and I have banged everyone from Afghanistan to Sweden, all right? Thank you, yes. And he looked so sad. And no, that wasn't the beginning of the end of our marriage. That was HGTV and IKEA that destroyed our marriage, but he was sad. He's like, and he's Trinidadian, right? So I'm like, yeah, you're my 17th. And I was like, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm sorry, but you did marry a global whore. And sadly, he never called me his saucy Hollandaise anymore. Hey, what can I say? My last nationality is Mexican, Navajo. I'm keeping it going, people. So the most Latin-X shit I've done, aside from my Mexican handyman, is, that was my 22nd nationality, thank you, is I tattooed my eyebrows. Yeah, the only 2 tats I have are my eyebrows. I mean, that's some serious Latina shit, right? Yeah, no, Groupon, fucking Groupon. And Groupon is crazy, right? You get a Brazilian, they're like, the asshole hairs too? I'm like, yes! That's why I have a Groupon, bitch. All right, people. Hey, it's been awesome. So I'm Dutch. I just want to let you know my body is no longer a wonderland. Well, give or take. But most importantly, I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Right? I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Just because I'm an Albuquerque comedian. Thank you guys. Thank you so freaking much.
Gotcha, everybody! You guys having a good time so far?